Sadiq Khan has won the day in court but made green taxes the defining issue of next year's elections. The shock by-election victory for the Conservatives in Uxbridge and South Ruislip, combined with the High Court ruling in favour of Sadiq Khan's ultra-low emission zone (ULEZ) expansion, may prove to be an historic turning point in politics in the UK. The two events within a week have set the debate for next year's election, both for London Mayor and in the general election. The question will be, are we willing to pay punitive green taxes in the name of climate change? Given the green light today, it now seems certain that Sadiq Khan will press ahead with the ULEZ expansion to Outer London, imposing £12.50 daily charges, around £4,500 a year, on hundreds of thousands of people already struggling with the cost of living crisis. In doing so, he will open the door to an election victory for the Conservatives, which for months now has seemed to be impossible. In the wake of their victory in Uxbridge, it has clearly been dawning on the Conservative Party that one part of the Boris Johnson legacy, which all sides in its civil war are increasingly comfortable in ditching, is the net zero targets and measures. Already, Rishi Sunak's support for drilling for more UK-based oil and gas was being portrayed as a dividing line with Labour. It is obvious now that they plan to ditch the policy of banning new petrol and diesel cars in 2030. The green levy on energy bills is being looked at closely. And with Just Stop Oil fanning the flames of public discontent, the Conservatives have realised somewhat belatedly that the green crap, as David Cameron once dubbed it, is actually desperately unpopular among voters. Uxbridge proved these green policies are genuinely hated. ULEZ has become the poll tax of its day. Now Tory London Mayor candidate Susan Hall can test a new anti-green agenda, although they will not portray it in those words, by running for office under the promise of turning off the ULEZ cameras on day one if elected. The impossible now seems possible thanks to ULEZ, a Conservative victory in London. But where is Labour? Starmer was clearly shocked by the Uxbridge result, a by-election his party should have won by a country mile. He has spent the week reflecting on ULEZ but not promising to ditch these policies. Meanwhile, the Conservatives rightly point out that his party is being funded by millionaire Dale Vince, the very man who bankrolls the equally hated protests by the eco-extremists in Just Stop Oil. But while Starmer did that, others in Labour have made it clear what their policies will be. Over the weekend, Express revealed how Angela Rayner had admitted ULEZ would be coming to towns and cities across the UK under Labour. Starmer has hailed the Corbynista government in Wales under the far-left Mark Drakeford as the model going forward, and it has banned the building of all new roads. Labour councils are pushing 15-minute zones, restricting people's movement in their daily lives. Sadiq Khan's next plan is to get people to pay by the mile for driving in London. So ULEZ is just the start of a whole new socialist vision of taxing and controlling people's lives.